guys, welcome back. This is your host, Michelle Diamond, and we are here with another amazing segment of In the House Media House Call with, of course, your host, myself, Michelle Diamond. And today we have two amazing guests. And let me just let you know, we didn't have an opportunity to run down, but no, wives don't jump in. I sent the link for where everybody gets to view the interview on the other links provided for family and supporters. So this is for you guys specifically. So on this segment of In the House Media House Call, we have the honor of introducing Orion Hunter and the Chris Michael. And how are you gentlemen doing today?
Blessed.
I'm amazing.
That's awesome. Well, glad to hear that. So, we're going to talk a little bit about what you guys have planned for this upcoming weekend. And also, just to get familiar with you guys so that the viewers can actually start to follow you and get to know all the intricate details about Chris and Orion and what, amazing journeys you guys had up until this time in your careers. So, the first question I'm going to pose, and we'll start with Orion and then hand it over to Chris, is what was the role of the music in the early years of your life?
For me, it was everything. It was like I didn't grow up in a very nice neighborhood. I kind of grew up in the hood over on the east side on the south side and southeast side of Chattanooga, and so. For me, it was like always a way to escape. And then my mom was a singer and my grandmother was a touring artist as well. So it was always taken really seriously in our house. Like if you were singing around the house and didn't sound good, they wasn't nice about it. They was going to tell you. So to me, it was like it was a way to kind of be competitive. And also like it just was something I fell in love with at a very early age, just listening to Michael Jackson records. And so I knew at some point that that's what I wanted to do, was to make music and make other people feel how music makes me feel,
Right. Well, that's definitely awesome. So, what about yourself, Chris? What was it, the role of music? What role did it play in your earlier life or childhood, we should say?
So my introduction to music came like probably before I was born. My mom used to book acts, and she was friends with Phyllis Hyman, and
Oh,
there's pictures of Shaka Khan and Whitney Houston's mom holding me. So I was kind of birthed into this whole music life.
amazing.
But growing up, I didn't even know I could sing. I really started off choreographing, dancing and choreographing. So, but I would listen to, like, growing up, I would listen to like Carl Thomas and Faith Evans, and those were like the people that at an early age I was just going through personal issues with females, and then things with family. But those slow songs, they got me through the times. And then I think when I got on tour, so I toured with Little Mo, and once I started touring with her, I kind of started picking up little things, and then somebody heard me sing. Somebody heard me singing in rehearsal one day, in dance rehearsal one day, and it was like, "Oh, you could sing," and I was just like, don't tell me that." I went and bought me a studio program, and then it was over from that.
Ooh, so look, that ego said, whoop, went to the
Yep.
head. And that was it.
Yeah,
I feel you.
because I always could write. I always could write, and from when I was a kid, so I always could write lyrics, but I didn't know that I could sing. I didn't know how to, what I'm saying. I guess that was the thing. And then shouldn't have told me I could sing, because I took that thing and ran.
So we had the ego coming from Chris. He had the experience. So did Orion. And Orion, he basically was around people that were strong critics. So you guys
yeah.
had like a very nice start in this industry. And, thanks for sharing that with us. So, Orion, you told the viewers that you are from Chattanooga, Tennessee. So tell the viewers, Chris, where do you hail from?
The birthplace of rap.
Okay.
The Bronx, New York, baby.
I knew you were gonna go there. I knew you were gonna go there.
For you. I heard the accent the whole time. I was about to say, oh, he's definitely from New York.
Oh yes, absolutely, absolutely. I just wanted him to get all into that, embrace it. I thought he was gonna come with the boogie down Bronx.
Yes.
So that's awesome. You guys definitely had some amazing beginnings, and you know, the next question then is pretty much already answered because you guys both shared that you had quite an influence within the family, such as artistic developments, and many others in your family also traveled the same path on their musical
Mhm.
journey. So tell us, who inspired you to be a part of the music industry, Orion?
Um, you know what? It's crazy because I've always kind of been a contrarian, right? Like I remember just growing up, my stepdad and me didn't get along that well, and he was always the kind of person that would be like, tell me what I should do from his perspective, like what his version of a man was. He and I never saw eye to eye on that. So when I started playing football and started playing sports, and I was like telling him I want to be a quarterback, he was like, "No, you can't do that because you're small. You're that." And then I did it, right? And so I used to always think like when I was in school, I used to get made fun of, like to get the
Oh,
guys whose girlfriends liked it whenever I sang, they would say it was corny or whatever. And so it got to a point
oh,
when I started to go to studios. There was this guy I played football at Muskingum University in Ohio, and there was this guy named Terrence. He's changed his artist name so many times now. I don't know what it is, but he let me come in his studio after practice one day. We just used to smoke a bunch of weed. Like we were so bad that NCAA never drug tested us. So he let me come smoke a doobie with him and like sit in his studio. And
look, you have Chris cracking up like, wait a minute, our story similar. Oh boy, see, I knew this was going to be a lovely match day here.
yeah, I literally just went in there and like I saw how easy it was for him to like just kind of get in his zone. And it was like me and like 4 or 5 girls and like some other people. And I was like, and I remember thinking like, bro, he's not that good, but like these people around him like on his, you know what I mean, like on his jock or whatever. And I was like, yo, I bet if I got in the studio, I could probably make some better stuff than this. And yeah, that's when I fell in love with the creation of it, because I was really bad at first, like
Ooh, so we have some huge egos
really
floating
bad.
around here. I love it. I love it. No, but that's this, it's confidence, and I love that because it takes confidence to make it in this industry. Absolutely.
Oh
So,
yeah,
kudos to you both from the very beginning, developing that, because a lot of people embark on their journey and then they kind of get timid or shy and not owning it. And I could see that you guys took ownership right away and was just like, yo, listen, this is it.
oh yeah,
This is for me, and I'm ready, ready to go.
yeah.
So awesome. So I'm going to point the same question to you as well, Chris. So tell us, who inspired you in the music industry?
Okay, so this is a funny thing. I think I was like 12. Yeah, I was either 11 or 12, and I had went to a record signing in New York. I think it was called Tower Records at the time. Queen Latifah was there,
Ooh,
and
dope.
so I had went to a record signing, and she signed my CD, and then I stayed outside, and I was probably like the only person there. So she comes, rolls through with the limo, rolls the window down. She's like, "Hey, yo, Poppy, what you doing out here this time of night?" So, um, I talked to her. Then I ended up being in one of her videos, and we would talk back and
Awesome.
forth for a little while. We would text back and forth. She would check on me, whatever. But then of course, lost contact or whatever. Um, but if it wasn't for her, I don't. A lot of things that I'm doing now, I probably would not be doing.
Okay,
Your
So
story's way
that's
just
cool.
just
awesome.
just the talks with her and things like that,
Right.
she'll probably never know, but it stuck with me as a kid. So
That's amazing. And what did you say, Orion? You chimed in on that latter
Oh
part.
no,
What
I
did you
said his story's way cooler than mine.
no,
Oh, no, no, excuse me. I am so sorry. I love the whole fact about, you were like, listen, I could do better than that guy.
Oh
No,
yeah,
his
no,
stuff
no,
is,
no
yeah,
question.
so stop. Exactly,
and
right,
Yeah.
Chris?
he had the
Chris,
Well, there,
doobie.
there, there is one more, and if I don't say it, I feel like I won't be able to look my dog in his face. But when I was back in Chattanooga, the first studio that I ever went into was just broke down, just POS building. I don't want to curse on the show, but it was bad. And I remember going in there and I met this guy from Atlanta named Mike Jett. Shout out my dog, Mike Jett. And then I was a big, like, I'm going to take over the studio session and play them whatever I got type of person. And so I played him my stuff, and he was the first person to really tell me, like, oh, bro, you got something different. Like, it's another level. And I didn't even believe it at the time. I was just like, yeah, I mean, I'm hard, but I don't know, like, I didn't see potential in me like he did. So if I didn't say that, Mike definitely would not have, he wouldn't appreciate me not at least putting everybody on game about Mike Jett.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, shout out to Mike Jett and Queen Latifah for these amazing influences that you have on Orion and Chris. Just totally awesome. So we know that, you know, you guys are songwriters and you guys love to sing. So how did you begin that process of developing your singing skills and, you know, learning how to write? And I'll pose that to Chris to start.
Like I said, I had a whole bunch of family issues growing up. So the only thing I could do was kind of like write it in a way where it felt like it could bring me out of something. What was the other part of the question? I forgot.
Talking about you developed your writing skills, and of course, you know, just learning that you actually had that voice.
Okay. I didn't know, like I said, I didn't know I could sing. But when that person told me that I had a voice or whatever, I had just kind of like moved to Maryland, and I had went to a bar to go, you know, get a drink, and they was doing karaoke in there. And these girls had saw me sitting there, and it was like, oh, hey, light skin, why don't you come and sing? So I'm just like, oh, heck no. So they was cool, and I'm a real cool, fun guy or whatever. So they was attracted to me, and
both
I
of you
chilled with them. I hung with them for maybe like a week, and they convinced me to do karaoke. So my first song that I ever sang karaoke was Genuine Pony. So now there's a whole thing in Baltimore, Maryland. Everybody called me the Pony Man because I sang that song for probably like a whole year straight until I got every note correct. I sing that song better than Genuine himself.
Oh,
sorry.
See, look, these egos. Look,
I'm not.
Like, wait a minute.
Not even Genuine ain't just gonna sneak up and
not taking nothing from him, because he was like one of my favorite artists growing up as well, whatever. But I could throw us down on that joint.
Okay. Well, you know, that would have been awesome if you guys had come on out last Saturday, because, you know, we had him live.
Oh, man.
Welcome to South Cobb Festival. Him and Tank were in the building, you know. So, you know, we'd have just had to put that to the test. So, Orion, you know, the same question for you. You know, how did you develop your writing and singing skills?
I've always had this thing, like, I don't really know, to be honest. Like, I do know when I was a kid, when I was like, before I was even in school, like maybe I was in like, you know, kindergarten or like first grade. I remember like sitting on the porch with my mom growing up, and she used to sing in a band and like helping her write music. And I think that some of it comes from that. I think some of it comes from me comparing myself to the people that like inspire me. Cause like I mentioned earlier, like T-Pain is probably my favorite artist of all time. And the way his records, when I was growing up, how they used to resonate with me, I didn't know nothing about the strip club, but I could have sang "I'm in Love with a Stripper" in a way that he thinks I really was. It was almost like that. It's just kind of like that's. So I developed because I review my stuff and I listen to it compare against the people who are like the biggest and the best, at least in my eyes. Right. If it doesn't compare, then I don't like to. I just don't like to disappoint myself, let alone people who listen to me. And as far as singing, I don't really know. It's like. My friends used to ask me growing up, like, who taught you how to sing? How you know how to? I don't understand when people can't. I don't have a memory of not being able to. So
that's good. That's good. Plus, you had strong critics, so you had to get it right.
Yeah, you had to, because you'd be embarrassed in front of your whole family. Your sisters would crack on you. My stepbrother couldn't even think at all, but he would crack on me if they said something crazy. It did just get reaffirmed though back in May when I was downtown. It actually was the same situation that Chris just mentioned, where there's like, come on, what they call you? They said, come on, light skin. They called me white.
Yeah.
They called me white boy. They was downtown. They was like, come on, white boy, what you gonna do? And I was like, come on, man, I'm at work. I can't even be doing it. And then sure enough, somebody in the crowd took a video, and then it went crazy. The thing hit like 20 million something views, like on a bunch of platforms. Yeah. Complex posted it. DL Hewley had it on his page. It was crazy.
Oh, wow.
Awesome. See, amazing things. See, you both are great in your own rights. And this is why I love diversity, because this music industry has so many levels to it, and there is room for everyone at the table. And when we, speak to artists, and I love doing individual shows, but then when you have, people on in group settings, you get that feel where, even though you're different, you guys have so much similarities, and it's amazing. I absolutely love it. So I know you guys have your stage names, and of course, I did my research. I read about you guys, but I want you guys to share with the viewers how you pretty much came up with your stage name. What is the story behind your stage name, Orion?
I couldn't come up with nothing that stuck, and I think like all the funny stories I have, most of the time I was intoxicated. So I think my buddy Mike and I at the studio.
I love you.
Drinking some whiskey. That's what we used to get. I'll tell you right now, you will not catch me without some of this. Right? So I think we was just
good
there.
Tennessee whiskey. Listen.
Come on. We were in there, and I think we went outside for whatever reason. I think it was hot in there, maybe. I don't even remember why, but I remember we looked up at the stars, and I told him, "You want to hear something stupid? The only constellation I can see." Oh, he pointed out the Big Dipper. I was like, I don't even see it. The only one I can see is the Orion one right there. He said, "Oh, there's the belt." And then I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "That's cool that that's the stars that you can see, and that's your name." And then he literally, it was like Jimmy Neutron Brain Blast. He was like, "Bruh, that should be your stage name, Orion Hunter." And I was like, that's kind of fire. So, and then it was like a month or two after that, we put a single out on the radio, and it stuck because people at that point had heard the name and they could put a face to the name. But yeah, intoxication mostly.
Great stuff. Look, you have Chris over here dying in the vehicle. He's like, listen, I love this guy.
100 proof. That's how I got the name.
So what about you, Chris? What is the story behind your stage name?
It's my God-given name.
Okay. And I know, and not a lot of people, of course, speaking with, your PR and your reps, I already knew that, but a lot of people don't usually go with their God-given names. Okay.
So I just took, my name is Christian. So, but I just took the 10 off because it just sounds so, it sounds like a clothing line or something like that. So it sounds like a high price clothing line. But
yeah, listen, we might need to talk about some things, you, myself, and Orion around here.
Listen,
okay.
I'm already branding already. I already got the CM already. Listen,
I'll wear Christian Michael. I'll tell you that much, dude.
See, look, I love
that cologne smell real good. It smells like money.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. So, you just basically utilize your God-given name, and it's, and my favorite thing is make it make sense. So everything lines up. And Orion, I love the whole story behind it. It fits your personality. It's so you, and embrace that. And that's what make you guys, unique, and never change that.
By the way, Chris, your name is so dope. I just the fact that is actually your real name, dude. You got my last name sucks. I don't even want to say it on here. People are gonna DM me like, "Oh, bro, how do you spell that?" Don't even worry.
Oh man.
So the fact that it's Chris Michael, boy, you lucked out with that one.
Listen, I knew this.
Oh wait, there's no S on the Michael. Because people was calling me that, and I was like, damn, that sounds like a porn star. I was about to change my name again.
Yeah.
You guys.
Oh, wrestler.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So I know definitely, Orion, that you have a significant other in your life. I know the journey. She's an amazing person. Shout out to her. And Chris, I'm not 100% sure about your personal love life or anything like that, but how do you balance, your music and all the other obligations such as family, the love life, etc.?
I have no love life. The only love life I have is with my music, and that's it.
That's
I,
it.
I'm I'm I could be a little complex, but I kind of already know the kind of woman that I need. So, and I ain't met her yet. So, well, I did, but that's another story for another day.
That's a song
Okay, I
right
mean, but
there.
at least you're honest, and you
Oh no,
know.
I don't. I wrote her a whole bunch of songs. She got them all.
Okay. And so for Orion, tell us about the lovely lady and how you balance that.
Oof. Uh, you don't really. I mean, luckily for me, she's like, and the reason I married her was, I tell you this. I mean, back in like 2017, whatever, if you'd have told me I'd be married by the time I was 25, I'd tell you that you're crazy. Like, there's no way. Because I was just like Chris. I didn't have no girl. I literally would work 7:30 a.m. to like 6 p.m. And then me and my dog Jet, like, ended up moving into our own studio space, built this big studio, probably put 25,000 into it. Like, every dollar we ever had, that's where we spent our time. And so, um, I on the phone or whatever, but I really wasn't like going around making moves. And then I just luck of the draw met her. I think she saw like a billboard of mine I had up in Knoxville for my first project. She hit
Wow.
me. She followed me on Instagram. Then we matched on Tinder, actually, which is crazy. The fact that we're
Oh,
married off of Tinder. Yeah, I know. Don't
Look,
even get
he's
me
like,
started.
oh.
Yeah, right.
let
And
me get
then
on
so no,
Tinder.
she came to
Well,
hang out.
listen, it happened.
Yeah, she came to hang out. She was even more beautiful in person than what she ever sent me or what I saw on any of her social media, and we got along super well. She was super into the fact that I was like an artist. She told me how much she liked to see me working hard in the studio because I think we stayed there like 2-3 hours after what I told her we would. The next day she was supposed to go back home, and instead she last minute decided because all I had to drive to Atlanta from Chat for a video shoot with an Atlanta-based artist named Winter Ray. She's a female artist that moved down here not long ago.
Mm.
And my wife came with me. So like all the guys from the label that was supposed to come with me, they dropped out. She was like, "I've never been to Atlanta. Let's go." And I was like, "All right, cool." Pulled up and she took the set over. Like I had a bunch of girls all over me in the scene. She was like behind bro at the camera, like, "No, you gotta touch him like this and do it." And they was like, "Are you sure?" And
That's
she was
amazing.
like, "This is
See,
a music video."
yes,
And yeah, that's her energy. So I don't really have to balance it because I think that
it
she
balanced
loves me for
itself.
me. Yeah. So
Good.
like if she does that for me, I gotta love her for her and just try to support her dreams the way she supports mine. And if, as long as we do that, I think we're gonna be fine
Absolutely.
forever.
So
Yes.
that's what he said. That's what I'm looking for. If I can't get that,
Yeah.
then
It's hard. It's
Right.
hard, bro.
See, it
I
is
yeah, I
tell
very
know.
her,
hard, and that's why I posed that question because your significant other and even family sometimes they have to understand what it takes, the dedication and determination and drive that you guys have for
mm-hmm,
your own path. They have to understand and respect it,
mm-hmm,
because they're their own, they have their own lane. This is your lane. So
right.
when it comes to relationships, sometimes we see that 9 times out of 10 they don't work out, but when you find that person that truly rides for you, yeah, you hold on to her, you go girl. Look.
Yeah,
No man.
because I done been with a couple of chicks, and I at times I felt guilty about not, being able to spend as much
Yeah.
time because I was touring and
Right.
stuff like that, and they would make me feel guilty, and then I would actually stop dancing or stop working with an artist that I was working with or something, or slow it down, and
Right.
then we'd be arguing and then we break up anyway. So
Right.
that happened too
Yeah.
many times, and
I had the
the
same
last
thing too for a
the
long
very
time.
last time I got my heart broken. I was like, I'm not doing
Mhm.
that again. Whoever they gotta show me, and I'm not not even it being like no uh the female gotta be this and the male gotta be this. Just be.
Boom, dude,
Be
that's
your
what's up.
authentic self. Yep,
I need to kick it
authenticity
with
is so
Chris, man. Oh
important.
my God, I like your energy.
Oh yeah, we gotta do some work together, bro.
Oh,
I swear.
absolutely. Listen, that's why I made this marriage for a reason. I thought that it was great. Of course, you guys will. We're going to talk about that. I'm not going to spill the tea yet. We'll get into that. So juicy, juicy details. A very serious question, and you guys could answer it. Whoever wants to go first, totally up to you guys. We're not in high school. We're professionals here. Do you guys believe that there's a link between ethics and music?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yes, but I also need you to be a little more specific. Like, are we talking about the music industry? Are we talking about the actual art of music
So, in its entirety.
in its entirety?
Hmm.
I think I think that the link exists, but I don't think it's always honored. But I think that the people who do honor it are always the ones that end up being successful over longer periods of time.
Okay.
Sometimes
Some
Yeah, yeah, you're
so
right.
what's your thought process behind that? Your perspective.
because sometimes you could be like the good guy and then end up on the bottom. So you do all the work, you help everybody, and then you just it don't go nowhere. So,
Right.
but definitely, I mean, look at the whole Dave Chappelle thing. He said he said what he said, and it was correct what he said, and people went and tried to change it. Is that it? You can't change what somebody say.
Right.
You can't change what somebody say. Y'all know what he meant. Stop trying to change things around to start mess. Like
Hmm.
that's
Right.
what
And
this industry is so crazy. This same thing, like what we talking about. 50 Cent, grown ass man, bro. Like I don't play when it comes to females. I don't play when it comes to females, but Little Kim ain't even on your radar. You go and put something up on of her and trying to embarrass her. Like you bringing down another woman that has elevated her life. Like why would you do that? And then out of nowhere.
yeah,
Mm.
he's kind of a
So look at
troll.
it.
I feel like 50 kind of does it to poke. I feel like the Dave Chappelle example was interesting because I actually like didn't watch the special till I think like yesterday. And then all the stuff that I had been hearing about, I was like, I didn't see anything people were complaining about. Like the fact that he's just making the jokes, I guess is what they're mad about. But I thought that
Right.
he went out of his way to make the entire show not only wrap up the jokes that he got canceled for on the previous two, but then he also ended it with that story where like he was talking about how his friend died, and
Yeah.
it was kind of a commentary on the suicide rate in the LGBTQ community. And then
Right.
I thought that he ended it like with like very complimentary, but he also ended it saying like oh my goodness, basically like I will stop punching down on my people. And he kind of commented and gave his perspective on how the LGBTQ kind of can take some of the victimhood away from the things that black people have had to go through in our country.
Hmm.
Or so he basically was saying like, I make jokes because they're funny, and then you got mad, and then you tried to get me canceled, but I can't say nothing about y'all. So stop punching down on me and my people because of things like the baby and Kevin Hart and whatever, just because they said some shit that, excuse my language, because they said some stuff that you know what I mean, like the community didn't agree with. So I felt like it was a really
And
creative
he was
and
not. He
genius way
wasn't
of
even
doing it.
talking. He wasn't even talking to the gay community. He
Right,
was talking to. He was talking to everybody.
right,
Like this dude done kill people. He done smack chicks. What the hell did y'all miss? He didn't say
right.
nothing negative about no gay people or nothing like that. So what did they miss? They all like it's like they want to have something to say anytime somebody remotely says anything
Yeah, I
uh
think that's a weird thing that
towards them.
people
And it's
do
just like
now.
come on, y'all. Like we people have been standing up for y'all and marching for y'all and stop it now. Like it's too much.
Yeah, at
You
some
know,
point.
I think, with everything, um, when it comes to ethics and what everyone deems ethical, it's still that shadowed area,
Oh yeah.
that dark area that no one, those lines that no one wants to cross. And, how befitting that I pose this question, which is something that I normally pose anyway, because when you talk about the music industry, ethics is such a huge topic. It could go so many ways.
Right.
But none of them. I don't. I'm not even gonna lie. I haven't met anybody. I haven't met anybody that has like 100% pure ethics.
Now, I think
Right.
that everybody's definition of ethics is different too, though. So, like,
Hmm.
maybe by your standard, they're not ethical, but by theirs, they
Right.
may feel like they're justified. So, I think it's
But
just
they're
about
gonna.
communicating with people and just being like getting on the page with somebody where like for me, I don't like to be called certain names. So, like when I first got with my wife, I told her I'm not gonna do the name calling argument thing, and I don't like being called this name, because if I say it out loud and then, I mean, God forbid, 2
Right.
years from now, people
Understood.
find this video.
Right.
But like, I was like, I don't like being called that. So if you do that once, I'll give you a pass because it's a very common like thing to throw at people. But if you do it twice after I tell you, hey, chill out, I know you're doing it to hurt me, and that's not ethical. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's why I try to make the effort to be up front, because if you don't, you can step into that shadowy area like you were talking about, and
absolutely,
yeah, and you get canceled because nobody knew your intent.
Ethics even goes into the contractual portion of it. You know, when you're talking about your contracts, you know, there's certain, you know, aspects of ethics that go into that. So when you stated, Chris and Orion, that, you know, no one is actually 100% ethical, and that's true, because we're all imperfect beings. Like, you know, we all make mistakes, you know, and we live and we learn. So
no. It's one thing to make a mistake. It's one thing to make a mistake. That's different.
But if it's repetitive, it's a problem.
That's a problem. People, it's like people that grew up in the hood. It's like they only ethic is to kill people and get money. That's not ethics.
Right.
But that's what the labels basically are doing. The labels don't have no ethics. They're literally hiring artists that kill people. And then when the fans go to the shows, who gets shot? Not the rapper, the people in the audience, or the people outside. They don't have no ethics, and then the rappers, they don't have no ethics either, because they know that that's the kind of stuff that they carry around.
Right. Yeah. It's such a taboo topic, you know, and you know, this is a topic we could come back and we're like, hey, Chris and Ryan, let's you know, reconvene and let's have a whole discussion about that. But you know, I appreciate your viewpoints, because this is opening up, you know, how you guys feel about certain things, and just getting to know you and where you stand as far as, you know, with your ethical point of view. So I appreciate you sharing that with us. So how would you guys describe your music, Orion?
Fun. I like to describe my music as emotional. I'm not saying it in the context of like it's gonna make you cry necessarily, but like I have ADHD, which is like really it's debilitating at times. Luckily, I'm medicated and I do like different things to help, but for that reason, I've never been able to sit down and write out a song. It's just not gonna happen. So like I always base, and I'm sure you guys can kind of see I got this light here in front of me, but I only record in rooms that like I can vibe out and like just put a bunch of lights in. I got this vape, I'll blow smoke. You can't even see nothing in here. But like that's how I like to create. I want things to feel a certain way. It don't matter. Like I've been in so many studios where like the engineers who went and got degrees will tell me like, I love how you mix your music. And I mean, these guys are like Grammy nominated people. And it's not like they're saying that I'm correct in everything, but like when I tell them what I'm trying to do and like what emotion I want to get across, it usually comes across. So I think that my cadence helps with that. It's very confident.
Awesome. Uh-oh. You muted. Can't hear you. Not sure what happened. Okay.
I had somebody try to call me. I had to forward it.
Okay, no problem.
But yeah, I have a lot of confidence. I have a lot of swag. I don't think there's anybody alive that can just straight up out sing me like in a vocal competition. And I try to take that into my music as much as I can, while not trying to do too much gymnastics, you know, just try to make a record as fun as possible. I just like people to enjoy with you know, whenever they hear my stuff.
I'm only laughing because I say the same shit.
Yeah, it's like there's no point to doing too much.
I love this. I love this.
Like, see, he would probably sing some shit. He would probably sing some shit, and I'd be like, "Oh fuck!" Then I have to go to church. He ain't gonna go to church.
Right.
So for you, Chris, you know, tell us about that portion. How would you describe your music?
It'll get you high.
Ooh, look at y'all. Look, I have the whole I have the ambiance set, and then now I'm elevated to the next level. How befitting.
It's a roller coaster, because I'm half Jamaican and half Dominican, so it got some island vibe. I do island vibe music, and then I got my little sex music, because you know, I'm a Libra, so you know.
Oh Lord. He took it to the sides. Okay, and yeah, I'm Jamaican, so all right, boy.
And you already know.
Yes, yes. We are very sexual, very sexual, actually, people. So sexually
Yeah,
inclined.
I'm Jamaican too, you guys.
Yes, sir, that's right, Orion. That's right. Welcome, Orion. Hey, look, I'm adopting you as a Jamaican. Okay, listen,
Okay, all right.
seriously, when you come to a family reunion, which we have, you'll see you will not be the oddball in the bunch because we have our Chinese Jamaican, we have our
Yeah.
Caucasian looking Jamaican. So
Yep.
he'll tell you we have our Indian
Yeah.
Jamaican, and you're gonna be like, what? Oh yeah,
I
I
was gonna
belong
say
right
it's
here.
usually way different culturally in like in other places, even
Exactly.
like islands that are US owned, like yeah, the cultural differences are not they have nothing to do with what people believe is important in our country.
No.
Okay.
It's which
So
is beautiful. I love that type of shit, man. I don't like to keep anybody out of a conversation or a room. I don't remember the last time I did a show with a white person in the crowd. I really don't even like white people, to be honest.
oh, look,
I,
look, you made Chris fall out. Chris is like, I'm
I
dead.
wish I could lie to you. I'm not comfortable in a
I
room full of
love it.
people
I
that got
love
money
it.
because I
I
never grew up
love
in
it.
anything, so
I
there
love
ain't no for
it.
us to talk about.
Right. I love it. So, with all the transparency and the authenticity you guys are giving me, I mean, this was I love this entire interview. And what message at this point would you give to your fans?
Chris, take that one, bro. I don't want to cut you
Oh
off, man.
wow.
I
I
can't wait
don't
for
even
this.
know what I would
Look,
say.
he's like, what? I was still thinking.
Oh, okay, I can take it
I
if you
would
ain't.
tell my fans to meet me in Atlanta this Saturday, October. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, Jack. Okay, look, I was ready too. You had me at meet me in Atlanta. See, look,
Meet me in Atlanta this Saturday, October 17th. I'm performing at the Cal.
October 16th. Yeah,
Oh
DeKalb
yeah.
Art.
Artist
Yes.
Park.
What?
On
Art
the
at
park.
the park. Yes, awesome. I
It's
love it.
about to end. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Awesome. What about you, Orion?
A message I want to give to my fans is, first of all, thank y'all for just sticking with me for as long as you have, because I've been a long time where people didn't believe in what I was doing, and still got a lot of that going on. I love the city of Atlanta. All my fans in this city, I fucking love y'all. Like this has been the best A-town down. I'm an ATLian now for life. Yo, Atlanta is amazing. I don't ever want to leave here. And if you love me as much as I love you, y'all gotta come with me. Y'all gotta stick by my side because I'm telling y'all right now, I'm gonna win a Grammy before I'm 30. I'm telling
All
you.
Let's
right,
go.
there we
Let's
have it.
go.
I love it.
Let's go.
Yes, let's go. Let's go.
And
Let's
also, I'll be
create.
performing on Saturday too. So if y'all want to pull up over there, let me
Hey, that's what I'm
know.
talking about. Yes, Saturday, October 16th. Yes, and off of Columbia. So we'll give you all the scoop in a little bit. So, do you believe that you create for yourself or for your fans? And if so, explain why.
You got
Oh,
it.
Chris?
I do both.
Okay.
I think mm, for the when I do my party stuff, that's my party stuff. But I've gone through a lot in my life, and I never. I'm not like somebody that talks about my life, and I know there's a lot of other people out there that are just like that. So I know when I've done songs and people was like, oh my God, I was in such a bad place in my life, and I'd be like, what? But then it puts me back into that place. What Faith Evans did for me, what Carl Thomas did for me, and then I'm just like, that in my head when I started recording myself in my head, that's what I was saying. I pray to God that my voice, these words, or whatever I'm doing, help somebody, because that's what music did. I'm telling music saved my life, and that's no lie.
Awesome. Awesome. Dope. And Mr. Orion.
I hate to be kind of boring, but like, yeah, it's the same. Like, I would say if I really had to like, if I really had to like narrow it down and had to pick one, I create for my fans. And it's not just my fans, it's like my friends or my family or people. Like my mom doesn't like to listen to my music because I do have some sexual records and she makes her feel weird. But like I
Understood.
create for two different reasons for the most part. I create because I look back on the journey I've been on, and I proved a lot of people wrong along the way, and I continue to do that. And so like I create to keep flexing on them people, but I also create because
I love
like
it.
most of my songs are not even about like my life. Like most of the stuff I write is like conversations with like Mike. I call it congratulations, Mike just celebrated the birth of his second child, his first daughter.
Oh,
He's a girl dad now.
congrats.
Yeah, him and his girl Ariel. And so like things like that, like just being so close to him and hearing his like what he goes through in life, that's where I usually will draw inspiration from. Or like I'm a big fan of like I want to score movies one day as well. So like I'll watch movies and sometimes I'll write a song like from the perspective of like a character in the movie and like imagine what they were thinking and then try to translate that through music. So I create for people who I love and who are close to me, and I try to create in a way to reward them for just being who they are to me, because Mike is, you know, probably the closest friend I have and may ever have. All the sexual songs I make usually are, you know, probably about me and my wife, but I try to make them a little bit more commercialized, so it's not, I'm not singing my wife's name in the shit, make, you know, alienating people. So I try to create to reward the people around me and also, you know, for myself, because I like to look back and be like, fuck y'all. Y'all didn't want to pull up on my fucking show that one time, but you heard me on the radio. Now you want to call me. So listen
I'm
to this.
so done with you right now.
I'm serious, man. Like that,
Right.
I'm telling y'all, that video, when it went viral, shit got weird for like a month. Like family started switching up, and all of a sudden it was my best friends. I saw quick, and I didn't make no money. I made zero monies. Like Mario posted it, didn't tag me. Complex posted it, didn't tag me. The shit went nuts, and everybody saw it. So everybody was like, "Oh man, this is crazy! Congratulations!" I'm like, I don't have shit, but people looking at me and commenting and saying, you know, girls talking about it made their panties wet. So now my wife is mad at me. Fucking, you know what I mean? They're not even real people. Like these are just people on the internet talking their shit, which is fine. It made me laugh. I got a kick out of it. But like you saw, so it's like sometimes it's for that reason. It's like I want to make some records.
Right.
Sometimes that also hit because I want them to hear that shit. And if I'm mad about something, I want you to feel how fucking mad I was. And if you ask me, I'm gonna tell you why. Like, well, because this is how you acted. It made me feel a certain way.
Right.
Anyway,
Okay.
sorry,
Well, I totally get that. It's okay. We're adults, and that's fine. You know, you were very passionate about that one, so I totally get it.
Yeah,
So,
it's important to me. I feel like.
right. Okay.
Yeah, people
So,
are crazy. Somebody asked me one day, like, I sing the same way that I apologize. I don't apologize being like, yo, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
If
right.
I did something to hurt somebody, I'm like, baby, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. And that's how I sing. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't do that talk singing crap.
right.
Because all they do, I don't hate on nobody, but all them niggas is a bunch of hood singers.
I was about to say, you from New York, there's no way you mumble nothing. Y'all go in. Y'all's dialect is on a whole different planet. I love New York music. I love it.
Well, you know, we're coming close to the end of this segment, so I want, you know, go ahead, Chris, since you know you had it last. Look, you brought it out, Orion, with the New York hat came through.
I'm
See,
trying
look,
to find my Atlanta
you
hat. It's
pulled it
around
all
here
the way
somewhere.
out. Look, he's like, I have mine somewhere. So, Chris, tell us, you know, what you have planned within the next couple of months. You know, say over the next 6 months, what can we expect from Chris Michael?
So I'm getting back in the studio to work on my I guess my album, my next project. I put out an EP in January of this year, so I'm just still working that. And then I'm working on some videos and things like that. I'm actually pretty booked.
Awesome. Booked
But
is a great thing.
yeah, I'm trying to stay busy and putting out content so that
That's
people
good.
could, you know what I'm saying, they could just know what the heck is going on and just be in the loop, because I'll be
Yep, absolutely. Look, that's why we're, you know, making this marriage. We're going to get Orion squared away too, get him rolling out, you know, do some things together. So, Orion,
yeah.
what can we expect from you within the next few months, over the next 6 month period?
So for the rest of this year, I'm in my studio. So I make I don't know how many songs I've got ready, but I'm working with DJ Robbie Smooth right now. We're trying to make a couple connections and figure
Shout
some
out
things
to
out.
Urban Vision Radio and Television. Those
Shout
are
out
my
to
people.
Urban
Y'all
Visions
already know.
Radio.
Live365.com. Y'all already know. Make
Yeah,
sure y'all submitting your music. We will spin you live on the radio, okay?
well,
That's
And stay tuned for the ATL Vibe with your host, Michelle Diamond. So tap in. All right. Okay. Sorry. You
work
brought it out,
hard.
so I
No,
had to
I
flip it there.
appreciate that. I got to get my drop game that crazy. Good God.
Oh,
Uh,
wait. Can I give a shout out? Can I give a shout out like they used
cool.
to do on
Go.
106 and Boomtown?
Absolutely. Yes.
I
We're
got a
doing all the
shout
shout
out.
outs.
I got to shout out my management, Prissy.
Yes.
Prissy better.
Yeah.
My
Teddy
boy
G
Red.
Entertainment in the building.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes.
Red. My boy that really kind of like took. Well, we met when I was choreographing at a talent show or whatever. But my boy Ivory, we wrote my whole project together. I told him all my scenarios, and then we just started writing.
Is
So
this Method Man?
he's somebody that's been in my life since I moved to Baltimore, and he stayed up close to me so I could get more knowledge about my voice and everything else. So shout out to
Absolutely.
everybody that has always been there. Y'all know who y'all are because we still talking.
Yes,
God
yes.
damn, Ivory,
Listen,
who do you can
Christy
spit
was
so good?
also in the building, the other day with some amazing people. And, we have an amazing circle and I'm grateful. So, like I told Orion, he's in the right place and he's definitely around the right set of people as far as networking and building and elevating even further. You have done some amazing things. You have amazing people already in your pockets. So, you
That's
both are
plenty.
doing, exceptionally well. And I just want to see you both elevate even farther. So now take this opportunity, Orion, and let the people know where they could follow you on all social platforms and where your music, where they can find your music.
All social platforms. I'm official _ Orion Hunter. Um, my music is everywhere. Anywhere you can get music. I'm talking about Apple Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio. If people still listen to iHeartRadio,
Yes,
um,
I
if
do.
you listen to Urban Visions Radio, you can hear me
Yes.
spinning on there. You can catch me anywhere if you just listen. And I'm in Atlanta, Georgia now. I got some new stuff coming at the beginning of the year. It's gonna blow people away. I'm telling you,
Yes.
we got some shit coming. But yeah, official _ Orion Hunter on Instagram and Twitter. Follow me on there. Shit, add me on Snapchat, but I ain't gonna let you snap at me.
I love it. Yes, and we will be spinning Chris Michael Sings also, on Urban Vision Radio on Live 365. Okay. Yes, we're just gonna do it all
Yeah.
the way up because this is going to be a beautiful marriage. So, Chris, tell the people where they could find you on all social platforms and where they can tap all the way in for your music.
You guys can find me everywhere. Chris Michael sings. ChrisMichael sings. And
Yes.
all my music is on every platform. Is My EP is Chris Michael Volume 1. Go get it. It's a great body of work for real. Like I'm not even lying. It's R&B, real R&B.
Yes, you both are amazing in your own right. And I can't wait because this is going to be a beautiful marriage, like I said. So, Prissy, we have some things to talk about, girlfriend, sister, my partner, business partner, and my sister. Love you to life. I appreciate you for allowing Chris to be here. Shout out to my brother at Urban Vision Radio, Mr. Robbie Smooth himself on the ones and
Right
twos.
here.
Love it. Rob has amazing background as well. Like, listen, we can't name drop everyone, but thank you guys for definitely tapping in. But to see these amazing talents in person, live and direct, up close and personal, grab your autographs now because
Oh
later
yeah.
you may not have that opportunity.
Yeah, you might
So
as well.
meet us there. No, better yet, let me rephrase that. Beat us there, don't meet us there to see the amazing Orion Hunter and amazing Chris Michael in the building on Saturday, October 16th at the Art DeKalb Art at the Park, presented by the one and only Georgia Spartans, the semi-pro basketball team of Georgia. And we have so many people in the building. And let me just give the shout outs right now so you guys know before it is too late. Here we have it. We have me. He ended me, y'all.